The original Xbox. Somewhat notorious, underappreciated, disliked in some circles. I love it. I'm nostalgic about it. I grew up with it. I'm collecting for it. I've been having a blast collecting for it. And I'd hate for other people to miss out on this time period right now of low prices, because those prices are going to go up. They've been going up slowly, but right now, you can still walk into a Goodwill. You can walk into a Value Village. They have universal prices. You can find Panzer Dragoon, $50 game, and a Madden game, probably a game you have to pay people to take, both for $2.99. Set price. You never know what you're going to find, because most of these large retail thrift store chains, whenever they get a cartridge-based game in, I swear they go on eBay. They find the highest buy it now price that some clown has it up there he's never going to sell it for. And then they put it behind a glass case, and you're not going to get a good price. You're probably going to have to pay over if you want it though. But not with the original Xbox. Now you might be wondering, why would you collect the original Xbox versus, say, the PlayStation 2? And price-wise, it's a tie. They're both getting priced the same. But I would say for third-party games and stuff of that generation, I mean, it's a fact. The original Xbox is the most powerful console of that generation. The built-in hard drive allowed certain games to store data to the hard drive during play, which allowed things like Halo to even be possible. Now, the original Xbox is actually capable of doing 1080i. So, if you just want the most powerful console from that generation, the original Xbox is no doubt the pick. Now look, it has great exclusives, and due to the underappreciated factor of the original Xbox, almost all of its exclusives, aside from, say, Halo, are underrated. And, I mean, that's a shame that most people don't know about these great games. In a way, it's good, too. Low prices. I've gotten some great finds. Anyway, without ado, I'm going to keep covering the hardware. Basics you need to know. Alright, well, this is the original Xbox OG. Pretty large console. Get an internal hard drive. Great it has it for games, but pretty massive console. One good thing about the internal hard drive, though, is it does have memory cards. You don't need them. I've used that hard drive a lot for a lot of games. I've never had an issue with size. Again, the hard drive, I believe, is 10 gigabytes, but you gotta understand. I mean, especially when you're running these games off a disk, you're using so little of that storage. Now, I will show you, this is what the memory cards look like. They plug into the top of the controller slot. Again, you don't need them, but I'm going to show you for reference. Doesn't hurt having them. I think most people back in the day just use it to put their gamer tag on. So nowadays, it's not really practical. Plus, if you really wanted to, I mean, there's a thriving mod community for these. I mean, you can just swap the hard drive out with a bigger one if you really want. But I'm not going to get into running emulators and stuff. It's talking about the pure original experience. Nothing wrong with emulators, just not what we're talking about today. I've got some controllers laid out. This isn't all of them, but these are the ones I own. When they first came out, it had a Duke controller. This thing's pretty massive. I don't like using them. My hands aren't that big. If you have massive hands, I think you'll probably enjoy the Duke controller. I'm a fan of the S model that they released later. Now, the controllers are probably what kept them out of Japan. I mean, most Americans can't use this massive thing. Imagine being Japanese. Now, I have a blue S model and a translucent green one. Yeah, you'll see different colors pretty often, not super rare. The translucent Duke controller, that's pretty uncommon. I was lucky to find it. You never see these out and about, and if you do, definitely pick it up. Now, now that we got hardware covered, oh, one more thing I should probably note about the controllers is that, if you find them with that, you can't plug into the console. You gotta have an adapter. Looks like this. It hooks into that. You gotta have that. So that's a good thing to look out for. And if you find that translucent a Duke controller, definitely grab it regardless, but you're going to need that end piece, so always look out for them. And if the controller you're buying doesn't have one, here's a tip. You can just take one off another controller at Goodwill and plug into that. I don't consider it theft, that's just getting the full package. I mean, they sell larger end adapters too if you need an extra long one, but that should be fine. I mean, the code's plenty long, honestly. I've never had an issue. Then again, I do sit an unhealthy close amount of the TV, like a foot, so maybe that's the issue. Alright, let's talk some games. So I got a stack here, not all necessarily exclusive, some are, some aren't. Some of these are pretty well known, some I just chose as kind of hidden gems. So, without further ado, let's get on to this. Alright, first one, Fable. This is a fun role-playing game. A lot of people are burnt by it because of promises made and overhyping, but in retrospect, it's a fun game. Your actions actually do matter, and the appearance of your character is actually affected whether you're good or bad. Now, if you're going to buy this, you should probably buy the last chapters version, which has DLC and extra stuff. But great game, definitely recommend it. If you're a fan of the Elder Scrolls games, I mean, like Skyrim or Oblivion, I recommend Merlin. Fun game. I've honestly not gotten too far into it, but if you're into the Elder Scrolls games, definitely recommend it. You can sink a lot of hours. Again, with this is a version that you'd probably want over the regular, the Game of the Year version, but this is notable. It's backwards compatible with the Xbox One, and the Xbox One automatically makes it the Game of the Year version. So if you find this and you have an Xbox One, then you've basically got the Game of the Year version. Gun. Now, I know this came out on the 360. I don't know what the graphical differences and stuff are. I played it on the Xbox original. This game is really fun. It holds up a lot. It shows its age a little bit, but I mean, I enjoyed this more than I thought I would. If you like action, Western games and stuff, this is just a fun story. It's a surprisingly deep story. It was well written. The combat is simple, but fun. And unlike a game like Red Dead Revolver, I honestly don't think holds up that well. This one, Gun, definitely holds up. The great Panzer Dragoon Urta, on-the-rail shooter. I never played any of the Sega Saturn Panzer Dragoon games. I mean, super expensive now. Maybe I'll play them one day. This is very fun. Earlier I was talking about pricing and how they're all universal. This game goes for $50 right now. It's one of the more expensive ones. I got it for $3 at Goodwill. Oh, when I saw it on the shelf, I had to get it immediately. Star Wars Republic Commando. This is a very underrated Star Wars game. You play as Republic Commando. It's basically elite clone troopers. It's squad control. You're the commander of the squad. You can give orders of where you want your men to go. It's a very fun game. It's very underrated. Oh, I'm still waiting for that sequel. It's never gonna happen. Crimson Skies. One of the criminally underrated games. This is basically set, and I believe it's the 1930s, but it's an alternative history with air pirates. It's a fun action game. I mean, if you like this arcadey dogfights and stuff, it's super fun. And this is one of the games that is super cheap, but I see it going up in the future. Jet Set Radio Future. Fun. You're on roller skates and you have to spray paint certain locations and collect certain stuff. I've played about an hour or so. I need to get back to it, but by far one of the best gaming soundtracks. This will get you hyped up. And an interesting fact, they do sell this as itself, but a lot of times you'll find it as a double pack with Sega GT 2002. So keep an eye out for that. Jade Empire. It's an RPG where it's set in, I believe, East Asia. It's very fun, underrated. This is one that you could honestly sink a lot of time into. It's hard to say too much about it without spoiling it or anything. So I just say I'm going to recommend it if you like RPGs and stuff. It's a BioWare game. Very good. This one won't appeal to everyone. I like Atari games. If you don't, you can skip this. This is a very nice, one of the best compilations I've seen. It's got a bunch of classic Atari games. It has the arcade version and the home console version. This one has a lot of pictures. There's like covers and interesting facts. It's very well done. Oh, Halo Combat Evolved. Probably the Halo games are probably the most common and known games from the system. But I had to give them. This game, I have so many hours. I can just think back to nights of playing this. Silent Cartographer, Storm in the Beach. I mean, this was just great. And I'll throw Halo 2 there also. These were the first games that, I got invested in the storyline. I started looking into the lore and everything. I didn't get a chance to play it online, but I still got hundreds of hours in these games. Unbelievably fun. Masterpiece. This is a masterpiece. This one has its issues. There's motherfucking beam rifle jackals. That's all I'll say. If you ever played Legendary Halo 2, you know what I'm talking about. Max Payne. Pretty fun game. I've never actually beaten it. Every time I go to beat it, something happens. When I was a little kid, I was dumb. I saved in mid-fall, so every time I reloaded back to a save, I just fall to my death. So, that was it for me. Last time I tried playing for this, the power code on the Xbox got kicked, and I lost a lot of time. Someday I'll beat this. Basically, your family, your wife, and your baby get killed, and, you just gotta enact some good old justice on the people responsible. Star Wars Battlefront. Now, there's a caveat to this. I would honestly say you can probably skip the first Battlefront. Star Wars Battlefront 2 is the one you really want. Even now, you got some buddies, you can still play. And, it might not look as good as the new Battlefront games, but it's a lot better, I can tell you that. By pandemic, they have a lot more morality and better business than EA. And finally, I'm going to end this on what I consider to be the last great Burnout game. I didn't really care for Burnout Paradise. Wasn't for me. But I love Burnout Free Takedown. I think it's my favorite racing game. This race mode and stuff is all about crashing people off the road in cool ways. Going really fast, hitting boost. Super fun. Pretty arcadey, but that's what I prefer in racing games. Very fun. Pick this up definitely if you see it. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Apologize for any awkward moments or me saying, stuttering. I'm new to the YouTube thing. It's hard for me to speak on a camera, and I have social anxiety as is, but speaking on a camera is just kind of difficult for me. I'm trying to get used to it. I'm trying to break through. If you like what you watched, appreciate it if you like and subscribe. And I can't promise when, but I will have new content in the future themed around retro gaming, collecting, stuff like that. Thank you for watching.